What's going on, people? What's really good? It's your boy Marv, and this is the Nerds in the Hood. Folks, I have to make a real admission when I start this show today. So, I am a real fan of like international movies, but more from the Asian side. And I know that comes as no surprise because, you know, anime, video games, Japan, stuff like that. But I ain't talking about those type of movies. I'm not even talking about the live action anime adaptations. I'm talking about more just random original films that come straight out of like Thailand or Indonesia or Japan, Korea, stuff like that. I am a fan of those. Yeah, obviously not everyone's going to be fire, but the ones that hit, when they hit, oh man. And I have one such movie that just recently came on Netflix today. Well, not today, but recently. And it's called Demon City. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I thought that it was like based on this anime called Demon City Shinjuku or Demon Eyes and stuff like that. I thought it was. I tried to look it up before I did this video because I didn't want to be like sitting there realizing that I was wrong. But this came out late last year, like basically at the end of, late last month, basically at the end of last month. Now, the people that are in it, you're not going to know unless you really follow like Japanese cinema like that. So you can look it up on IMDb and see about it. But this movie is like currently on Netflix. Now, obviously, these type of movies let me be real with y'all. These type of movies are not going to have the strongest storyline. They're going to be as simple and basic as they can be. These are what we call beat 'em ups. That's really what it is. You've seen it in American culture, right? In American movies. You've seen it in British films. There are these type of movies where something crazy happens. And these type of beat 'em ups are revenge beat 'em ups. In the sense of like, the person used to be a hitman. The person used to be an assassin. The person used to be maybe even a cop or a mafia member. And they try to leave the game. And when they try to leave the game, they forget that there's consequences to leaving the game. One such consequence is you can't leave the game unless you pass away. So that's what they had to do to homie. So he was part of an organization where he basically just went around bodying people, right? And he was good. My man didn't even really use a gun like that. He used a sword. He used like a little sword. And the dude's name was Shuhei. Your man's used the sword and just like kind of just walked around. And right, it was Shuhei, right? Yeah, it was him. Or anyway, Shuhei Sakata, but they just kept saying Sakata in the movie. But he just basically kept going around. And the reason they call it Demon City is because one, the goons, aka the main villains, all wore demon masks. They were a group of assassins themselves, and crooked cops, crooked mayors, all that stuff. And they had demon mask on. And two, the man that they hired, which was the main character, was also basically a demon. He just didn't really need a mask because he just, when I tell y'all, your man's went through so much different type of pain and kept getting up and was able to fight these dudes off to the end of the movie was insane. But what the main reason he was even getting revenge in the first place was because these same demons didn't want him to leave the game and just go and live a happy life. So what they did was they waited till he got home, started a life with his family, came out of nowhere, popped his wife, took his wife out, popped him, took him out, made it seem like they thought they bodied him. It turns out they didn't. And they bodied his daughter, which in the beginning you think they did. And then at the end you find out the twist you find out. So it's mad crazy because he finds a way to stay alive. They help him get back to health. 10 whole years pass. And your man's finally gets back out into the world and starts getting his body back in order and goes out for revenge on these dudes. And every fight that he had was so intense and so insane at the same time that I was really sitting on the edge of my seat like, yo, this is wildin'. This is wildin' right here. I can't believe this is happening. So I can say I enjoyed this film. Am I going to say it's like a perfect film? No. But am I going to say that for what it was, I was entertained? Yeah. Because the movie, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you the whole movie, but the movie was basically it's a beat 'em up, people. People are gonna sit here and reviews and go, this movie was flawed, the story didn't make sense. No, let me tell y'all something about beat 'em ups. To me, they get a pass because you came here to see a fight. It's just like when I told you about Dragon Ball Z. You didn't come for the story. You pulled up for the fighting. This is a movie where I didn't show up for the story. I showed up to watch a man beat up people or a woman. So this is why I go to watch these movies, whether it's in a theater or it's on streaming services, it doesn't matter. One of my favorite beat 'em up films is The Raid. And The Raid, to be honest with you, has a reasonable story. It has a revenge story, but it's more of a story that's just like, yo, we was tricked into coming here and set up, and now we got to fight our way out. That's actually a pretty good story. I've seen good beat 'em ups from the Asian market that do have pretty good stories. This one is a basic story. It's just super basic. The plot twist was a little, not even a plot twist, just a surprise that they had in it was okay. But the movie as a whole was just fun to watch. It was just cats just getting popped left and right, just mad, just sword swinging, just all types of. Actually, there was two surprises, so you see it at the end. So I thought it was cool for what it was. I just wanted to touch base on this movie real quick because if you didn't see it and you have nothing to do, watch it because it's dope to me because it's a fighting style. Nerds in the Hood wouldn't be Nerds in the Hood without movies like that. Martial arts films, sword swinging films, anime films. Like I wouldn't be what I am today because without these films. Excuse me. So when I see a film like this, it gets me hyped because I'm like, yo, they are wildin'. And it was a lot of wildin'. My man was pulling up in a car. Muscles wasn't working yet. He was still just swinging, going crazy. He was deflecting bullets with his sword. He had a sword that looked like it was something out of an anime, and it wasn't even a big sword. It was like a little meat cleaver looking joint. And he was just putting in work. He was putting in work every chance he got, and I never laughed so hard at it. I was like, yo, this is a wildin' for respect kind of movie, but it was so entertaining. It was just so entertaining. It's just carnage. This is why I said it's what you want from beat 'em up movies. Carnage, gore, people getting their arms broken, decapitated. Like, that doesn't make you a masochist. It doesn't make you just a crazy person. It's just, this is what you expect when you see these movies. So, bringing up the Nerds in the Hood meter, I'm going to say this movie was all right. Wasn't like a 10 out of 10, but it was cool. Because it was just a beat 'em up, man. And I'm a sucker for beat 'em ups. The story could suck, but I'll see a person get beat up any day of the week in a movie. Not in real life, that's not fair, but in a movie. Like Jason Statham. Majority of his movies, the story don't even be all that. But the whole premise is at some point, Jason Statham is putting hands on somebody. He coming in there and he beating somebody up, right? That's what you always wanted. That's why he's still making movies to this day. The Beekeeper, A Working Man, Crank, all of those. You just want to see him beat somebody up, and he's good at it. So you keep coming back to the theater to see him beat somebody up, and that was Demon City. Plain and simple. So I just wanted to throw that out there, that this was one of those hidden gems that you could just watch on Netflix anytime you want. And it was trending for a little while. It was like one of the top movies earlier in the week. So somebody else likes beat 'em ups just like your boy. So anyway, check that out. If you want to comment on it, if you've seen it, or what's your favorite beat 'em up movie worldwide, doesn't matter what country, because I know I can get to see it too, and we can talk about it. So hit that up in the comments. Follow, like, and subscribe. Nerds in the Hood. Check me out on all social media. See what content I'm brewing all times of the day. In the meantime, between times, your boy Marv. Shout out to that one demon. He had this puppet kind of face, and he would be like. Anyway, I'm going too crazy about the movie. I'm gonna catch y'all later, y'all. Peace.